السلام عليكم شباب، شلونكم؟ ان شاء الله زينين. بس نشوف الفيديو او البث اشتغل حتى نعرف. حاليا نشوف اللي صار. طبعا شباب، اليوم البث كلش مهم، يخص المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية، واللقاء اللي صار بأمريكا، بأحد مقرات الرئيس الأمريكي ترامب. اليوم راح نشرح لكم كل الأشياء اللي صارت خلال الفترة اللي راحت أو الساعات اللي راحت. يعني تعرفون هيك أشياء كلش مهمة ولازم نحكيها أول بأول. هسه حنشوف لكم فيديوهات حصرية للمجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية، يعني كل شيء، مو بس لقطات. لا لا لا، حنشوف لكم لقطات وأشياء حصرية للمجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية. تعرفون المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية هو أول جهة عراقية قدرت توصل مراكز القرار. طبعا يا شباب، المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية سوى لقاء أو مؤتمر ويا الأمريكان. هسه راح نشوفه يعني. حنشوف لكم لقطات صغيرة، نشوف لقطات صغيرة، ووراها عود من خلص البث راح أسوي فيديو قصير بهالخصوص. فيديو قصير بهالخصوص. ليش؟ لأن أخاف الفيس ما انفتح بالبث، ما أعرف، بس باليوتيوب. هاي اللقطات تطلع من المقر نفسه، شو قدامكم، هذا اللي قدامكم، من المقر اللي صار به لقاء بين المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية والأمريكان. شو قدامكم، هذا الظاهر قدامكم، هذا المقر اللي صار به لقاء. وهسه نشوفكم اللقاء أيضا، يعني مو بس لا، نشوف اللقاء بنفس الوقت. بس أول شي نشوفكم مقر اللقاء. أول شي نشوفكم مقر اللقاء، بعدين نشوف اللقاء أحسن. كل شي نشوف. شو قدامكم شباب، هذا المقر. طبعا ما يعرف، هذا المقر اللي الرئيس الامريكي ترامب دائما يسوي لقاءات او يروح عليه يعني. تشوفونه، نكرر الموضوع شوي حتى نعرف كل شيء. ثواني. شو قدامكم شباب، هذا المقر اللي صار به اللقاء. هسه حنشوف اللقاء يا شباب. بس قلت لكم لازم كل شيء نطلع لكم. ليش؟ لان حتى نكون على علم بكل تحركات المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية. حتى شنو، احنا نكون قريبين جدا من المجلس، ونعرف المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية ايش دا يسوي. ما يصير نعوف اي لقطة صغيرة، حتى اذا كانت لقطة صغيرة، حتى اذا كانت لقطة صغيرة من هذه الاحداث اللي قاعد تصير حاليا، لازم ما نتخطاها. احسن ما نحكي سريع، نحكي شويه شويه. لان هاي الاشياء اللي قاعده تصير حاليا، المجلس الوطني للمعارضه العراقيه اللي قاعد يسويها واللقاءات مع الامريكان، ابد مو عاديه. يعني احنا حاليا اشياء، يعني هذا بالمستقبل راح يشوفون والله شوفوا المجلس وصل، وشوفوا المجلس كذا. يعني العراقيين راح يتفاجئون من الاشياء اللي قاعده تصير. كل شيء نحكي شويه شويه. شفتوا حاليا المقر اللي صار به اللقاء. حاليا نروح نشوف المكان والمؤتمر اللي صار بين الامريكان ومسؤولين، يعني قيادات او يعني اعضاء بالكونغرس، ومسؤولين من الاتحاد الاوروبي، يمكن من الاتحاد الاوروبي او من البرلمان الاوروبي، هيك شيء يعني. حاليا راح نروح نشوفه قدامكم شباب. بس نروح نشوف البث. ثواني. هسه تمام، خلينا نروح نشوف اللقاء اللي صار حاليا. طبعا شباب الصوت واضح، الصوت واضح حاليا شباب. نشوف اللقاء شوي شوي. هسه بعد يقول عبد الله هذا مكتوب تاريخ 12 شهر يوم 16، يوم 16. ليش؟ هاي بداية المؤتمر، بداية المؤتمر دي يشوفكم الاشياء اللي صارت خلال تقريبا 5 ايام. 5 ايام، اي تقريبا 5 ايام. المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية سوى خلال 5 ايام فقط هي تقريبا من يوم 15 او 14، ولكن خلال 5 ايام فقط من زياره جويلسون، ها قدامكم زياره جويلسون، الى زياره احد مقرات ترامب ولقاء مع قيادات امريكيه. خلينا نشوف هاي اللقطات الصغيره لان اكو شويه لغه عربيه، وبعدين من تلغي اللغه العربيه نرجع لكم.
threats made against and also I think for
طبعا شباب تنويه، هذا مو المؤتمر، هذا لقطه صغيره، هسه حيد المؤتمر بس لقطه صغيره. انا خاف اكو ناس شوفوا احنا يقولون احنا شفنا المقطع هذا، هسه حيبدي اللقاء الخاص اللي صار.
oh my gosh, this is incredible. Oh, how beautiful. This is from Turkey. Oh, that's so
This
pretty.
is silk. It's from where?
Turkey.
Turkey.
This is silk, yeah.
Can I see?
And this
Beautiful.
is
Can you take a picture?
yeah.
طبعا شو قدامكم شباب، اللقاء المؤتمر هسه بدا. شو قدامكم الشباب، هذا اللقاء اللي صار هسه قيادات المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية راح ينزلون من السيارات.
المعارضة العراقية
هذول قادة المجلس بالسيارات، السيارة الأولى والسيارة الثانية.
That's right. We saw each other. Yeah. Good to see you again. Those flowers are from me. You know, hey, from Canada, you always go, hey,
Yes, exactly.
I met this guy while at emergency over here.
Came all the way from UK.
You did?
Yeah, to see you.
Oh, good. I came all the
Just
way
for 2 days.
I came all the way from Houston.
Houston.
Yeah, and the wind chill was 70. Much warmer, cooler here than from home.
Nice to meet you anyway.
Nice to meet you
يا
too.
مرحبا.
طبعا هذا الدكتور صباح يمكن صباح الخزاعي شو قدامكم، بس ما ادري شو انجليزي، ما اعرف الصراحه يعني هو لقاء مع الامريكان.
هلو الفيديو تبعنا عن العمايل على تويتر.
من العراق دخل.
شو عندك؟ لا هيدي زيارة خطرة.
بس هو الضحكة مالته سوت ضجة ليش؟ لأنه قاعد يعني شلون نوع من قاعد
في تصوير.
في شيء خطير. يوم مرحبا اهلا وسهلا.
That's my job.
We're coming from where?
Hello, Williams, where we were there for Christmas a few years back. I was like out of a movie. All of a sudden, the snow started coming down. They were singing carols. I said, "Hey, this is like a movie."
All right.
Where's Jimmy Stewart?
Let's get inside. Come on in.
طبعا شفتوا اللقطات اللي قاعده تصير. طبعا هسه حنكمل، ولكن حتى اوضح لكم الاشياء اللي قاعده تصير، لان اكو عراقيين عبالهم لقاء هذا عادي. لا، هذا لقاء ابد مو عادي يا شباب. لازم نركز على كل شيء يصير. قلت لكم عيد ونكرر، لازم نركز على كل شيء يصير اللي يصير حاليا يا شباب. يعني انا الصراحه تفاجأت من هذا اللقاء، تفاجأت. يعني البارحه كان لقاء، قبل 5 ايام لقاء ويا جويلسون، اليوم لقاء ويا قيادات امريكيه. انا اسميهم قيادات، ما اسميهم عضو برلمان او مثل، اقصد عضو برلمان شنو، عضو مجلس الشيوخ او عضو كونغرس او عضو بالاتحاد الاوروبي او قيادي بالاتحاد الاوروبي. انا احب اسمي قيادي احسن، هيك ركض. سيناتور اسمي قيادي، لان احنا بالعراق نسميهم قيادات، هم قيادات. راح تشوفون الشيء السحري صح، هو هواي مثلا نسبة 90% انجليزي، يعني ماكو عربي قليل. يعني هم كلهم الملتقين اللقاء كلهم امريكان، تمام، كلهم امريكان، وكم واحد من المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية. راح نشوف الفيديو مال المؤتمر، ونفس الوقت نسوي كتم على الصوت. ليش؟ حتى اشرح لكم بعض الاشياء اللي قدامي حاليا، واقول لكم اللي صار والقيادات اللي وصلوا وايش يصير، تمام. وبعدين نشوف الاشياء اللي حتطلع قدامكم بالمؤتمر. لأن مؤتمر باللغة الإنجليزية وأدري بكم أنتم تعرفون اللغة الإنجليزية. أو ثواني أكو شغلة راحت من بالي. أكو يمكن ترجمة. ثواني، أكو ترجمة يمكن. لا يمكن إذا لقيت ترجمة. لا ثواني، إذا شفت أكو ترجمة. ثواني إذا لقيت ترجمة حتى نطلع، بس أعتقد الله أعلم ماكو ترجمة. ثواني. والله يمكن أكو ترجمة الشباب. ثواني حتى نفتهم من اللقاء، حتى نطلعه كله. والله نطلع اللقاء بالكامل يعني، ما هاي. بس اللغة العربية وينها؟ ما شاء الله حاطين عبرية، ما شاء الله. هاي اللغة العربية. شوف ثواني، خلينا نشوف الترجمة شلون صايرة. فكرت اكو ترجمة.
Gather to explore the most urgent questions shaping
لا حول ولا قوة الا بالله. الترجمة صايرة هنا جوا يمي، ما تطلع يمكم. صايرة جوا. ثواني خلينا نشوف شلون تطلع. ثواني
the Middle East.
خلينا نحاول اخلي الترجمة تصير مفهومة يعني. خيارات. ثواني شلون اطلع لها. وين سبحان الله.
Today, questions that directly affect American
يعني اكو ترجمة، بس شوية لازم ننزل المقطع هنا. شوفوا قدامكم بس صغيرة يا شباب، صغيرة الترجمة. شلون ما ادري. وهنا احنا الشعب العراقي نص الشعب العراقي ما يعرف شو يسمونه. لا ثواني جتي فكرة ببالي. هسه حترجم لكم المقطع. ثواني هسه حترجم لكم المقطع. ثواني. شوف اي ايش راح اسوي. انا هاي الفكرة جتني هسه، ما شاء الله الافكار تجي ركض مال الترجمة وهاي السوالف. هاي مو انا ترجمة. ثواني نكبرها. ما شاء الله شنو هالذكاء، ما شاء الله. بس هسه الشعار مال قناتي راح، بس يلا نمشي نشوف الترجمة. شو قدامكم الشباب حاليا، بس خلينا نشوف الترجمة شلون تصير.
national security, our alliances, and the future of regional stability. Our discussion will focus on strengthening US-Saudi relations, the strategy of Iran containment.
الحمد لله يا شباب الترجمة طلعت. شوفوا التعب اللي راح اتعب انا حاليا. والله يا شباب شغلة تعب يعني. اقص وطلع لعبان نفس يا شباب. راح اعطيكم تفاصيل اللقاء بعدين نرجع نشوف اللقاء لان ما طول بيه ترجمة. اللي صار حاليا يا شباب، وفد رفيع المستوى من المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية برئاسة الدكتور عضيد البربوتي، يعني رسالة خطية إلى السيناتور المؤثر جي ويلسون. هاي بدايته يعني. اللقاء اللي صار به، عنوان اللقاء أو عنوان المؤتمر هو معا أو إنقاذ العراق. هيك عنوانه، إنقاذ العراق وتحريره من النفوذ الإيراني. حضرت هذا اللقاء حضر به شخصيات أمريكية وأوروبية بارزة. ويعني شلون رسالة راح توصل للبيت الأبيض، مشروع إنقاذ ورؤية العراق الموحد والعادل. وأكد الوفد أن لديهم حكومة ظل جاهزة بالكامل كوادرها وبرامجها لتولي السلطة فور إحداث التغيير المنشود. طبعا الدكتور عضيد البربوتي يتحدث هواي أشياء. هو العضيد البربوتي هو رئيس هيئة العلاقات الخارجية في المجلس. يقول أن المشروع يقدم خارطة طريق شاملة لبناء الدولة العراقية. طبعا يعني قلت لكم اكو ترجمة حاليا، حتشوفون كل شيء. صراحة انا ما كنت متوقع انه راح اسوي هاي الطريقة. سبحان الله الافكار، سبحان الله الافكار فجأة تجي. شفت، ما متوقع انه راح اسوي هاي الطريقة، اسوي الترجمة هاي. الترجمة قدامكم يعني، هو ماكو ترجمة الصراحة. تفاجأت طبعا. السيد غولاس كوك، اسمه هشي غولاس كوك، المستشار الاول لرئيس المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية. طبعا يا شباب تفاجأت انه اسمه دوغلاس كوك، المستشار الاول لرئيس المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية. طبعا هذا الشخصية دوغلاس كوك، الله اعلم قد يكون من الشخصيات اللي هي ضد الاحتلال، يعني ضد الاحتلال وهاي السوالف يعني، والاشياء اللي صارت بالعراق يعني. بس يا شباب ما اعرف هل هو امريكي او لا، بس ولكن من اسمه مبين امريكي. دوغلاس كوك هو مستشار البروفيسور عبد الناصر الجنابي. حاليا ايش راح نسوي الشباب؟ راح نسوي ايضا حضر هواي شخصيات، صباح الخزاعي عضو مجلس القياده وعلاقات الخارجيه في المجلس، وايضا العالم الفلكي العراقي الاستاذ رياض غازي عضو قياده المجلس الوطني للمعارضه العراقيه، الاستاذ محمد سرمد عبد الواحد عضو قياده المجلس الوطني للمعارضه العراقيه ومسؤول مكتب كندا، عضو الكونغرس الامريكي ستيف ستوكمان، ايضا عضو البرلمان الاوروبي ديانا، هواي اشياء، يعني هواي شخصيات حضرت هذا المؤتمر اللي انتم تشوفوه مؤتمر يعني عدد قليل بس كل القيادات. المؤتمر وهو هيك هو هيك المجلس الوطني للمعارضه العراقيه، هذا المؤتمر اللي تشوفه قدامكم مؤتمر صغير بيه بس قيادات فقط، ما بيه شخصيات او اعضاء، فقط قيادات امريكيه وقيادات اوروبيه وقيادات عراقيه، غير هيك ماكو. خلينا نسمع اللقاء بس ثواني قبل ما نشوف اللقاء. شوف خاف اكو خطأ، ثواني اكو خطأ، خاف ثواني لان اكو واحد كتب تعليق كاتب انه اكو خطأ. شنو الخطأ؟ شنو الخطأ مالته؟ شنو الخطأ مالته؟ هذا على ابوله وهذا الزربه بوجه هذا ذيل ايراني، لا حول ولا قوه الا حتى هنا لاحقين الزربه بوجهكم، زربه بوجه خميني، نحكي شنو كذب. نشوف اللقاء يا شباب المؤتمر، هم زين اكو ترجمه. نشوف عوف هذول الله يوفقهم، خليني اطلع واوقف اللقطه حتى اشوف الخطا عبالي صدق.
Stability for Lebanon and Iraq, and the UAE expanding role in the region and the future of the Abrahamic Accords. This is a private and very special meeting. We are grateful to have with us exceptional group of American, European, she will arrive soon, and Middle Eastern leaders. So I'm going to introduce first our fellow Congressman Steve Stockman. He's a respected member of the Republican Party and the former U.S. representative for Texas. He's now running again. Hopefully he will win, and we're helping him so he will have a voice at the Congress. He's known for his strong national security positions and long-standing commitment to American strategic leadership, and a big Trump supporter. He carried distinguished relationship with our president. We have a member from the European Parliament, Diana Susaka. She's a member of, she is a powerful voice of sovereignty, human rights, and European engagement in the Middle Eastern affairs. She will arrive soon. Also, we have an Iraqi national opposition delegation. We are honored to welcome them. They are very important to speak about Iraq. We will have Professor Abdullah Al-Janabi. He's the president of the National Council of the Iraqi opposition. He will speak with us through Zoom on the screen. And we have Dr. Barbouti. He is the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. We have Dr. Sabah Al-Khaza. He's a Leadership Council member of the Foreign Relations Committee. We have Mr. Douglas Cook. He's a senior advisor for the president. Professor Riyad Jabbar Ghazi is a senior advisor and prominent Middle Eastern astronomer. We have Major General Dr. Wahab Al-Qassab. He's a Leadership Council member and head of the Strategic Studies Center. We have Judge Mohammed Sarmad Abdul Wahid. He's a leadership member and head of the council in Canada. Mr. Ram Riyad Jabbar, also a leadership member. Did I forget anybody? Everybody is here.
طبعا شباب يمكن اكو بعض الاخطاء بالترجمه بس مبين، يعني نقدر نقول نسبه 90% صح من الترجمه الحاليه اللي تشوفوها قدامكم، نسبه 90% من عندها صح. مرات تصير اخطاء بالكلمه، مثلا الكلمه ينقلب معناها، ولكن الترجمه بنسبه 90% صح، واحنا نريد مضمون ما نركز بالاشياء، يعني تعرفون صعب نوصل الى الترجمه.
So your presence adds a lot. It's adds deep depth, urgency, and real-world perspective to our discussion on Iraq's future. Now it's our honor to introduce a statesman, a scholar, and one of the most influential voices advocating for Iraq's future, Professor Abdul Nasser Al-Janabi. He's the president of the National Council of the Iraqi opposition. He is a prominent national figure whose career has been defined by integrity, courage, and an unwavering commitment to the sovereignty and unity of Iraq. His leadership stands out at a historic moment when Iraq is searching for a new direction, free from corruption, militias, and foreign interference. Today, he joined us not only as a political leader, but as a moral voice calling for national reconciliations, institutional reform, and the restoration of Iraq's rightful place among the community of nations. Please welcome the President of the National Council of the Iraqi Opposition and the future, hopefully, President of the Free Iraq.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أود التأكيد مجددا على تهنئتنا الصادقة بفوز فخامتكم في الانتخابات.
طبعا شباب، هذا اللقاء او اللقطه اللي تشوفها قدامكم هي احنا شفناها كلنا، ولكن لازم نشوفها، يعني حطوها ببالكم، لان القيادات الامريكيه والاوروبيه دا يشوفون حاليا كلام البروفيسور عبد الناصر الجنابي بهاي الكلمه المرئيه اللي انتشرت. تمام، عادي نشوف اللقطات من عدة صغيره ونقدم المقطع بحسب نشوف، لان احنا علينا، لان احنا شفنا هاي اللقطه، نريد نشوف كلام الامريكان بالخصوص والترجمه. نقدم شويه كلام البروفيسور عبد الناصر الجنابي، ولكن نشوف لقطه من عندنا صغيره، يعني تعرفون انه احنا علينا بالمضمون، يعني احنا كنا شفنا هاي اللقطه
الرئاسية، وهو فوز يؤهل لمرحلة جديدة من الاستقرار الدولي وفتح الباب لحلول عادلة في قضايا العالم المعقدة، وفي مقدمتها القضية العراقية. سبق وأن دعونا الجالية المسلمة في الولايات المتحدة قبل الانتخابات لمنح أصواتها لكم، إدراكا لنهجكم الواضح في دعم السلام واحترام الأديان والحفاظ على قيم الأسرة، ووقوفكم الحاسم بوجه النظام الإرهابي في إيران وميليشياته في الشرق الأوسط. ولا يزال موقفكم المبدئي الرافض لاحتلال العراق محل تقدير العراقيين. إن العراق اليوم في مفترق تاريخي، فالنظام السياسي الذي تأسس بعد 2003 تحول إلى نموذج طائفي فاسد تهيمن عليه الميليشيات المرتبطة بولاية الفقيه في إيران، وقد رفضه الشعب العراقي رفضا قاطعا، وظهر ذلك بوضوح في مقاطعة أكثر من 80% من العراقيين للانتخابات البرلمانية المزورة الأخيرة. وفي ثورة تشرين التي قدم فيها الشباب العراقي عشرات الآلاف من الجرحى والشهداء دفاعا عن وطنهم وهويتهم. ومن هذا المنطلق فإننا في المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية الذي أتشرف برئاسته، وهو مؤسسة وطنية مستقلة سياسيا وتمويلا، منذ تأسيسه عام 2014 نعلن استعدادنا الكامل للتعاون معكم لإعادة بناء دولة عراقية وطنية ذات سيادة حقيقية، وتحريرها من الهيمنة الإيرانية، وإقامة نظام وطني سياسي رئاسي مركزي مستقر بعدالة انتقالية يخدم مصالح العراق والولايات المتحدة معا، ويسهم في تحقيق السلم الدولي. أولا، مشروعنا للتغيير وإنقاذ العراق. إن رؤيتنا تقوم على 4 ملفات جاهزة وقابلة للتطبيق. أليف: الملف السياسي، مرحلة انتقالية مدتها 6 سنوات يعاد خلالها بناء الدولة على أساس المواطنة، وصياغة دستور وطني جديد، وإقامة نظام وطني رئاسي مركزي قوي يضمن وحدة العراق وفاعلية مؤسساته. باء: الملف الأمني، خارطة متكاملة لمواجهة النفوذ الإيراني على المستويات كافة، دينية وسياسية واقتصادية وثقافية واجتماعية، والتصدي لأدواته وتنظيماته وشركاته، وتفكيك نفوذ الميليشيات دون حرب داخلية عبر: أولا، دمج من يقبل بالدولة في المؤسسات الرسمية بلا ارتباط خارجي. ثانيا، ملاحقة المجموعات المرتبطة بالخارج وتفتيشها وتحييدها. ثالثا، بناء جيش وطني وأجهزة أمنية محترفة تعمل تحت سلطة وطنية واحدة. ج. الملف الاقتصادي، برنامج إعادة إعمار شامل بتمويل خليجي أمريكي بريطاني وأوروبي مقابل الاستقرار والسيادة ووقف الفساد والقضاء عليه. واستعادة الأموال المنهوبة واستثمارها، وإعادة المهجرين والنازحين واستثمار ثروات العراق بطريقة آمنة وشفافة. د. الملف القضائي: خارطة كاملة لإصلاح القضاء وتنقيته من الإرهاب القانوني، والعمل على تفكيك نفوذ الدولة العميقة لولاية الفقيه في العراق، والتي يقودها رأس القضاء العراقي الإرهابي القاضي فائق زيدان في بغداد، والإرهابي القاضي رائد حميد حسين في الموصل، وأكثر من 100 قاض إرهابي آخرين الذين دمروا الشعب العراقي بإرهاب قانوني تحت غطاء دولة منظم، قتلا واغتصابا ونهبا للمال والثروات. ثانيا، مسؤولية المجتمع الدولي والولايات المتحدة الأمريكية. إن الإدارة الأمريكية بقيادتكم قادرة على أداء دور فاعل وكبير، وتوجيه المجتمع الدولي ودول التحالف، خاصة في إعادة العراق دولة موحدة آمنة، وتحويله من ساحة نفوذ إيراني إلى شريك استراتيجي موثوق للولايات المتحدة الأمريكية وحلفائها وكافة.
طبعا شباب، قلت لكم احنا شايفين هذا المقطع، ما يصير نشوفه لان يصير المقطع فوق الساعة كاملة يعني شايفينه، ما يصير نكرر، ولكن قلت لكم هنشوف لقطة صغيرة من عنده كلام البروفيسور عبد الناصر الجنابي، لان اصلا المؤتمر حاليا بخصوص البروفيسور عبد الناصر الجنابي وتحرير العراق ومشروع المجلس الوطني للمعارضة العراقية. شو قدامكم شباب، حاليا بدأوا القيادات الأمريكية ويعني بدأ اللقاء،
وهي فرصة لبناء شراكة تحفظ مصالح العراق والولايات المتحدة الأمريكية وتعيد الثقة بين الشعبين
يعني
في العراقية.
We have to thank Professor Al-Janabi for this powerful and important message. We would like to welcome our guest Diana Lovanovici Sasovaka. Is it correct?
No, it's okay.
You're the member of the European Parliament. We're gonna get back to you, give you the floor to speak about your comments. But first of all, I wanna open the discussion with a brief interventions from our distinguished guests. I'm gonna start with Congressman Steve Stockman. What do you think and what is your perspective on President Donald Trump's national security vision and how it can intersect with the future of the Middle East, especially for Iraq?
Well, one of the things I know, as we all know, Trump is working very hard for peace. And the fact that Iran has so much influence and affected the politics inside Iraq, I think is self-evident. In fact, I can recall a story where they pulled over a petrol truck that was carrying supposedly gasoline, and they opened it, and it had all the ballots already filled out, and it came from Iran. So we know that they interfere in the elections, and we'd like to see return to free elections without interference from Iran. And the president, I think, would also like to see a disengagement from Iran. They lost power in Syria. They lost.
ثواني شباب، ثواني. يا خميني هاي ما أدري كل ساعة طالع على شغلة خرب خميني، بس يلا خلينا نكمل عادي.
Power in quite a few places now, in Israel and even in Lebanon. They've been diminished quite a bit, but I think that there's still a desire there to interfere in Iraqi's freedom. And Iraq is a separate, distinct culture that needs to be preserved. And I think that fighting terrorism is paramount. We don't want to return to the state where Iraq sponsors terrorism. And anything that can facilitate a free Iraq, free of also of terrorism and free of interference with Iran. Now, I was talking earlier, the Iranian people we like. The problem is not the Iranian people so much as the Iranian regime. The people itself have rose up several times against Iran. And I just wish the United States at that time, it was under a different administration, were more supportive of that uprising. And I think things would have turned out differently. On a final note, I know that the Iranian government threatened to kill President Trump, and he had an opportunity to kill them and kill the leader. He sent over this B-1 bombers, and they had quite enough equipment and they knew where he was. And they could have sent in 3 or 4 more waves that would have absolutely destroyed, they could have destroyed all the infrastructure. And he didn't. But in return now, Iran is saying they're going to rebuild their nuclear weapons, and they're just going back to being belligerent. And I think that Iran needs to realize that at some point, Trump could do that again. But we want to see a secure Iraq. I toured it and had a beautiful time there, and it was really wonderful. But yeah. So in the conclusion, I just want to say that anything we can do, in fact, the president of the National Council of Iraq Opposition pointed out something that was really critical. He said he wanted to work with Kurds, Christians, Shiites, and Sunnis to set them all on equal footing and uniting them in opposition to terrorism and to interference by Iran. And I want to thank Maria for putting this fine program together. I think she's an ever-ready bunny. She's always going. I'm not like that. I flew in and got up at 1, and I'm here, but she never seems to sleep. She's wonderful. So I appreciate you, and thank you for coming out. And all of you guys, I don't know what it is in Arabic. Could you help me in Arabic? Keep Iraq free.
Yeah. نجعل العراق حرا من النفوذ الإيراني. I'm gonna pass like a few contribution and then we can open a open the debate. We're gonna get back to you soon. I want to hear from MEP Sosokana.
You say call me Diana. It's okay.
I don't want to kill it.
And if it's easier for you, Jovanovic.
Yeah. Just I have a question. Yes. You were known for your strong position on sovereignty, and yes. I want to ask you, how do you see Europe role evolving in supporting stability in the Middle East, particularly regarding Iran destabilization activities and the future of democratic forces in Iraq? Especially when we hear someone like Professor Al-Janabi saying he have a good plan for Iraq, a free Iraq. What's your comment?
Well, I'm Eurodeputee in European Parliament. I entered in European Parliament last year in 2024. I was senator in Romania from 2020 to 2024. I'm the president of SOS Romania Party, the newest party. It's a nationalist party, sovereignist party, and it's the only opposition in Romania. I'm in opposition also in European Parliament, and I'm a member of Union of Mediterranean States in the European Parliament of Mashrek states. Yeah. So, regarding the European Union now it's in chaos. You saw we have problems with freedom of speech. We have a lot of persons who are put in prison because of their freedom of speech. You don't know how to treat the problem in Middle East because you have some groups who support Iran. You have some groups who support Iraq and the others. And depends on who is leading and the interests of some countries in European Union, especially the countries who are leading, Germany, France, Italy, and you saw now the action of Giorgia Meloni. Yeah, she tried to enter in the space of Middle East. So I participated to some meetings with representatives from Middle East. And
do you see any influence of Iran in Iraq, and that has to be stopped? They are fueling
in the European Union? No, I don't see this kind of influence. I saw that some trying to influence from European Union in some countries, but I asked them, okay, you send some aids, you send some money, but what else you are doing there? Because we have to do actions. But I saw them staying in their place. And you have to understand that is very difficult. In Europe, we have a lot of migrants from all the states from Middle East. So if you say something about Iran, maybe some people from Iran, which are not guilty for what is happening there, they are in Europe, they might react. If you say something about the others, they will react. So especially in Germany, when this migration is so in a growing level, and I don't know, there are millions there, they have a problem to interfere. So if you expect that European Union to be involved like President Trump, no, don't expect that. Not with Ursula von der Leyen as a commissioner.
President Trump mission for peace in the Middle East and his peace plan that was signed
In Europe.
No, the peace plan for Gaza and for stability in the Middle East.
Well, we voted in European Parliament. We voted for this plan. We voted for existence of two states. But you have to understand something, that in European Union we have a very big influence of Israel. And now they have a problem with Ursula von der Leyen and with European Parliament because they do not agree this kind of two states solution. So we are again in the middle of a problem with Europe divided into parts. There are voices, I'm a lawyer, and there are voices who are asking, okay, we have two states, but where are the borders? What will happen to Gaza? Because if Gaza won't stay in Palestine, we will have a continuous war. What happened with West Bank? Because if we don't have West Bank to Palestinians, it will be a continuous war. So if I think President Trump is alone in this process, I don't see anyone with his courage and to this position and this force and to this willing to have peace in other states, because they are afraid. And maybe they say, okay, we support Mr. Trump, but how you support Mr. Trump? How you support USA?
We need more action. I'm gonna go turn to Dr. Sabah Al-Khuzai. Dr. Sabah, with the growing strategic alignment between the United States and Saudi Arabia under President Trump, what opportunities do you see for Iraq to reconnect with the Arab world and benefit from Gulf economic leadership?
Thank you very much for this question. It's a very pivotal question, if I may say. I think the U.S. and Saudi's partnership under President Donald Trump and His Excellency Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman leadership marks a pivotal opportunity for Iraq to escape Iranian militia interference, reclaim Arab centrality, and thrive economically and securely. I think the U.S.-Saudi Defense Agreement, the SDA, I think, bolster deterrence and burden sharing, enabling trilateral, from bilateral to trilateral, maybe in the future, I don't know, pacts that dismantle proxies and foster Arab unity. I would like to add that the joint strategic vision on defense, energy, and counterterrorism, emphasizing deals over conflict. And this is what President Trump's policy prevailing in the Middle East. It's a big chance for Iraq, by the way, to say no to Iran and its military, or militias, if I may say, curbing Iran's regional disruption and eliminating its obstacles. Iraq will transform from proxy battlefield to prosperous pillar and will join the rich and safe Gulf family. Iraq will enjoy, I believe, real security, prosperity, and peace, but only if Iraq kicks out Iran's militia and chooses its Arab brothers. This is my answer to your question.
So how you can describe the mission for Mark Savaya? he's coming to Iraq soon. What you can say? What is your message? We heard that Professor Al-Janabi putting a plan to free Iraq from Iran. So is there any details we can discuss here?
Well, I do commend, this envoy mission to Iraq, Mark Sabaya. He's an Iraqi, and he knows very well, I hope, the community in Iraq. But I do advise, if I may, I want to pass a message to him, please listen to the right people. And I think we are amongst the right people, the right, source of information, because the calamity in Iraq, the disaster in Iraq is being brought from outside Iraq. And the problem is the militias, which is against sovereignty. The militia and Iran influence in Iraq is unbelievable. I mean, if you want to build Iraq, if you want to stabilize Iraq, if you want to help Donald Trump and Republican to devise a new Iraq, we need to put priorities that militia should not be there. So Mark Sabaya should work very hard in order to get rid of the militias and the influence of Iran. The government was supposed to be established after the latest election on the 11th of November, haven't been born yet. And the reason is very clear, because they want to put a prime minister who is a proxy of Iran, or he's at least biased to Iran interests in Iraq, which stays, for the last 22 years, from 2003 up to now. We don't want this. If you want to create a new Iraq, stability, freedom, okay, no killings, it should be no militia. This is my note, if I may say, my letter or my message to Mr. Maksabay.
I will turn to Mr. Cook. Thank you, Dr. Sabah. You're awesome. As a senior advisor to the president of the National Council of the Iraqi opposition, how does the council under Professor Al-Janabi position itself as a credible alternative for Iraq?
The strategy of making a one Iraq, uniting Iraq by focusing on the true Iraqis, is the way forward. And his strategy, which is to take the example and the leadership provided by the president on a new strategy for Iraq, is to form a group of trusted, true Iraqis and form a true Iraq, a one Iraq. So Iraq that existed before 2003 reemerges. And that's his vision and his plan.
That's wonderful. Professor Riyad Ghazi, would you like to add any comment in this regard?
نحن بصراحة هنا لأجل إنقاذ العراق من الميليشيات والعصابات الإيرانية اللي حكمت العراق. بصراحة مجموعة من ميليشيات وقطاعين طرق هم اللي سيطروا على العراق، ومع الأسف يعني العراق يمر بهذه الحالة الرديئة جدا. فنفضل وبفضل السيد ترامب نتمنى أنه يخلصنا من هذا السرطان اللي دخل بالعراق وبالأمة العربية. وشكرا.
Thank you. Major General Dr. Abdulwahab Al-Qastab, would you like to add some remarks?
Okay, thank you. Well, I might add certain points to the picture which had been drawn by my colleagues. I know that Iraq fall a victim for a very concentrated Iranian influence, which took out its sovereignty, took out its personality as a state, and brought damage to all aspects of the Iraqi life. So, what is needed here is try to concentrate all our efforts, and by the help of President Trump, just to re-establish the Iraqi personality first, the Iraqi state second, and the Iraqi role in the area as a balancing figure, a balancing factor between all various of the power aspects which are, working in the place. If I may dwell on this point, I may say that let us look. There is a triangle, Iraq, Iran, and Turkey. There is a quadr with Iraq, Iran, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. And there is a pentagon, which is Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Egypt. So if you try to study and analyze and look deeply in the Iraqi role on these, you will find Iraq here will be the stabilizing factor. Mm-hmm. And just to defend my point of view, let us look at Iraq before 2003, where it blocked the way to Iran to infiltrate to the West. When this portal, which we call it the portal, the eastern portal of the Arab world, had been demolished by the invasion, you see that the Iranian influence filtered to the all Western area of the Middle East first, arrived to the shores of the Mediterranean second, go deep to the Bab el-Mandeb, to Yemen. So this all came to be materialized because Iraqi personality and Iraqi state had been damaged. So what we are looking for here, with the help, help which is expected by President Trump, that create a new state in Iraq, free from the sectarian division, first, free from the Iranian influence, second, free from corruption, free. So there are three main factors which we have to work upon to bring a new Iraqi state, which can stand in its place as a part of the international community and a very good and sincere ally to the United States, which will bring prosperity to the country itself and prosperity to the American interests in the area.
Thank you for your opinion. Judge Muhammad Abdulwahid, you'd like to say something? I would like to ask you about what the mission of Mark Savaya will drive his work today, and why does it matter now more than any time or any moment, more than ever? Why it's important?
That's a very complicated question. Thank you. First of all, I want to say, in the name of God, the most gracious, most merciful, and on behalf of the National Council of Iraqi Opposition, and also on the behalf of Professor Sheikh Abdullah Janabi, I would like to thank you on having us here today, and it's a great opportunity, and therefore I would like to take advantage of this great opportunity to convey the message first to the great people of America, and also to the President Donald Trump. I like him. I am one of his fans. And not only that, I also pray for him every day on his great job that he's doing of cleaning up the mess of the previous, and also fix the mistakes of the previous presidents, and to clean up and make America great again. And because we share the same values, and with the President Donald Trump and the true Americans, we would like him to help the Iraqi people to make Iraq great again. And how we can do this? By spreading the peace and bring stability to Iraq, because Iraq is the heart of the world. And once Iraq is stabilized, the region, the whole region is stabilized, and therefore we can have more economy prosperity and business and peace, and this is what we want actually. And Mr. Mark Savaya, since he is delegated by the President Donald Trump, we are 100% sure that he will do a great job, because Mr. Donald Trump, he does not choose any person. He knows what he's doing, and therefore we pray also for Mr. Mark Savaya. He's an Iraqi also, so we pray for him to save Iraq and save the whole world, save the Middle East, and bring peace once again, and also stop the sufferings of the Iraqis, Syrian, Lebanese, and all the people in the region. Therefore, I pray and I strongly support what, once again, Mr. Donald Trump, God bless you. You are a great man, and we need your help now. And I also pray long life for you. And also I would like to thank all the good, nice people of America. They're great people. And we know them that they like Iraqis, and we like them too. And therefore, let's make history of bringing peace once again. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Before I close this session, I will ask Dr. Adib Barbouti, the chairman of the Foreign Relationship Committee at the National Council for Iraqi Opposition. My question is, if Professor Janabi become president of Iraq, how he can rebuild trusted relationship with the United States under President Trump?
First of all, I want to talk about the Mark Savaya mission, and also what Mr. Trump, what he do and what he think about the Iraq, how he put Iraq in peaceful position or peaceful in these countries. It's very hard, because it's not just for militia. Our problem is not just militia. It's before 22 years, the Iraqi people in the mind, Iran worked for destroyed the education and also to feel they are belong the nationality of Iraq. This is very hard mission, because this is in the 22 years. Now we have generation from 0 age, now they are 22 years old. And now in their mind, they have darkness, We have no education in Iraq. And how you can lead people with this opinion? It's very hard. It's not just to lead Iraq. It's not just to kick up Iran militia from Iraq. If we know now militia is not there, and Iraq now it's free, and somebody came to lead the Iraq. First of all, start from education. Very important. And education start to make a people feel the nationality. This is also now we didn't feel. If you go to Iraq now, many people, if you ask them, they say two things: Iran, our brother, and religion talking. And it's nothing else. If you ask him about what's the history, what is the future, what you do in your life, he don't know. He cannot answer. And before the 2003, our Iraqi people, they are the highest education people in the world. Now we are lowest. Now you go to school, schools are destroyed. Nobody can say, okay, it's easy mission. Kick off the militia and start to lead the Iraq. It's very hard. This is my opinion. I don't know, maybe
But
somebody.
we wish that will happen.
Yeah, of course, but it's hard mission. Of course, we will, but we need, because first of all, the America own the key. Okay, the door is open, but when
We need help
when
from inside.
when they open the door, all the militia from Iran came to Iraq and start to destroy it. If this key locked again, and America take this key again and give to some leader to lead Iraq,
Like
with this
Abdel Nasser
opinion, like
Janabi.
Abdel Nasser Janabi, of course, this will be good.
Great decision.
Yeah,
like,
but we need
it's gonna take time.
This is very important for us.
Do you want any, Dr. Sabah, do you want to add something? Yeah.
I do appreciate what we've heard, so far. But it's not one-way system, it's two-way system. There is some responsibilities and obligations of the President Donald Trump and the Republican, let's say, administration to do in order to save Iraq. But the other is we, the Iraqis. Anything inside Iraq, this is our responsibility. Our responsibility is to re-establish Iraq once again. Just open the door for me, get rid of the militia, and get rid of Iran, and the rest leave it to me. Thank you very much. And the other thing, we have to establish a nice, lovely, exclusive treatment with the USA. I mean, people all over the world, they pray to God to have a nice, lovely relationship with the superpower, America. Now, if we are lucky enough, to have sided, or the U.S. Administration sided with the new Iraq.
Do you think it's now or never? This is the right time. It's the only option, and it's the only way to get through it, and Iraq could be great. I mean, under President Trump, there is decisive actions.
Believe me, if President Trump says yes, everything will happen. Of course, in the will of God. This is no argument about it. I am a believer. But at the end of the day, if President Trump says yes, come on, go to Iraq, okay, salvage Iraq, get rid of the militias, get rid of Iran influence, get Iraq back to the Gulf, to their brothers, to the Arab life, everything will be okay. Inside Iraq, this is our responsibility. And we have, by the way, in our opposition.
What makes you different than the others?
Which one?
The opposition. The opposition. What makes you different than everybody else?
Because we have interim government. We have a government, a shadow government. Ready. All ministers are ready. All the papers, all works is ready. You just name it. We've got every single things. All the programs are available. As soon as the change happens, we can take over, and then everything will be smooth. It takes time, yes, I know that, but this is our responsibility. Otherwise, we're going to sit back and say, okay, USA, come in, change the things, and we'll come and pop in. No, it doesn't work like that. We will appreciate the help of the USA, but in the end of the day, the burden is on our shoulders, the Iraqis. We're going to do everything we can in order to gain Iraq once again.
Yeah, I'll give you the floor for you to make the closing, and because you're the only congressman here, we still have relation with the Congress, and Joe Wilson promised us to meet him soon. So
this is what my concern is that I think maybe everybody here is not aware, the Iraq government just made an agreement with the United States to leave Iraq. And I think that's a very serious thing, because Trump he's taken a lot of flack for wherever he goes now. If he asserts there's a part of the party that's really against any activity military, it's retrenching. It's part of what I call the libertarian wing, like the Ron Paul wing, that doesn't want to get involved in anywhere in the world. They want to get rid of NATO. I mean, it's everything. So the problem is that the first administration had a very strong central security. Now it's pushing the other way. And my concern is that you don't have a big enough presence here in Washington, because if you could tell your story, people like me, members, could understand your story. But if you don't communicate with a congressman, he has no idea what you're doing or what you're saying. There's no presence here. I was on Foreign Affairs And very rarely did I ever get an Iraq delegation saying, hey, we want you to do this. This is our problems. This is how we can work together.
Why the Syrians succeeded and the Iraqis has no chance until now?
Well, it's because, like, again, there was heavy lobbying by the Turkish ambassador, who's very good friends with Donald Trump. In fact, he was the head of the inaugural ball back in 2016. So we need a champion here in D.C. to champion your cause. We can't hear you if you're not here. You know, if you're in a relationship, husband and wife, and your wife doesn't hear you, and your wife's talking and you don't hear her, you're going to have problems in your relationship.
We need extensive work.
Yeah. We need.
What do you suggest?
I think you need to open up a presence here and literally go. Joe Wilson will open doors for you. Let him open doors for you. He's your key. But you have to have an office or something here to go with him, and never let up, because as a congressman, we have 1,000 things on our plate, like Europe, all these troubles around the world.
Venezuela.
You're not the only one. Everybody says, Trump, you got to solve it. You got to solve it. And he kind of throws fire on there because he goes, I solved 8 wars. By the way, in Cambodia and Thailand, they're fighting again. In Africa, they're fighting again.
Thank you so much. Your insights have helped advance our shared purpose, strengthening America's leadership, supporting a more stable and prosperous Middle East. I would also like to extend our gratitude to the management and the staff of Trump National Golf Club, Washington, D.C. for their excellent hospitality. A small gift was given to you, a small token appreciation. And also we want you to have, we would like to invite you for dinner and to explore the facility. Thank you so much again for being with us here tonight. God bless you and God bless you.
صار لي ساعة احكي وطلع الصوت ماكو. ما شاء الله يا شباب، ما شاء الله. طبعا ما بي حيل اقدر احكي مره، ولكن حتى اقول لكم شغله. هذا العضو يقول افتحوا مكتب، يقول المعارضه العراقيه افتحوا مكتب وين؟ بامريكا. افتحوا المكتب، بعد ماكو شيء اسمه نادي وهالسولف، لا لا لا، افتحوا مكتب. خلوا وجودكم بامريكا كدوله، مثل شلون هاي المعارضه الايرانيه دولة موجودة، مثل ما قال صباح الخزاعي، دولة. حاليا هذا الأحد أعضاء الكونغرس قال له تقربوا كلش. هو طبعا جي ويلسون مقرب جدا من المعارضة العراقية. هذا الشخص العضو دي يقول إنه جي ويلسون هو أقوى شيء، هو دي يقول بنفسه أقوى شيء جي ويلسون. هو دي يقول تقربوا من جي ويلسون، خلي يفتح لكم الأبواب أكثر. ليش؟ يعني يعرف إنه جي ويلسون أقوى من عنده، وهذا عضو وذاك عضو، بس ذاك صار سيناتور، يعني ذاك قوة أكثر ونفوذه أقوى بأمريكا، ونفوذه أقوى بالشرق الأوسط. حتى نوصل الفكرة أكثر، نفوذه أقوى بالشرق الأوسط. طبعا شباب حاليا ننهي البث المباشر، لأن الصراحة طولنا كلش، صار لنا ساعة.